In fact, we're in the land of XL5.
Celebrated its 58th birthday recently, I think. Is that right?
Right. That's
There you
good
go.
knowledge. Look at you. Yes.
Uh-huh.
58th anniversary of first transmission was, on the 28th of October or something
Lovely.
like that? So happy birthday, Fireball. Now, Richard, I'm sure amongst your collection, which includes 2 copies of the Doctor Who TV movie,
Yeah, that's true, yes.
you also have a copy of the colourised episode of Fireball XL5, A Day in the Life of a Space General. Yes?
Okay, I'll say yes.
No, you obviously don't. And that's absolutely
Sorry.
fine. Don't worry at all. Yeah, no, that was done, gosh, it must have been 10 or 11 years ago by Legend Films and put out by Network. People still love it now. And it's a really, really nice job. It's an interesting debate, completely aside from what we're going to come up with this fact as to whether you should even colorise episodes like that. But we'll leave that for another day. So there's one full colorised episode, and then people often online display their colorising skills by taking screen grabs or short sections from episodes and try to colorise those.
Yep.
And there was also an attempt in the 1980s to colorise the full series.
Really?
No, but never went much further than a minute or so of footage from the very first episode, and then they stopped once they realised how costly it was going to be.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I think certainly in the 80s it was something ridiculous, like to colorise a film, it was $10,000 a minute or something like that. Just,
wow.
It's cheaper now, but it's still an expensive process.
Yeah.
But it's not always necessary to colorise Fireball XL5, because Steve Zodiac, the handsome and heroic hero and pilot of Fireball XL5, did appear in a handful of colour productions.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So not only did he, Venus and Professor Matic appear in a couple of Fireball XL5 commercials for Lion's Maid's Zoom Ice Lolly.
Ah, yes.
Which was shot in colour.
Yeah.
But he also starred in an episode of Stingray.
Did he?
But not as Steve Zodiac, no.
I see.
The Steve Zodiac puppet played Vane movie star Johnny Swoonara.
I like it.
Yeah. As you probably will know, Johnny was cast as Troy Tempest in a movie about Stingray. It's a bit weird to have a movie in a series about the series itself in the fictional world. In the episode Stand By for Action. So you do get to see him in colour there. He doesn't need to be colorised. But also, elsewhere in Stingray, you may also spot Fireball XL5's Commander Zero in the audience of the Wasps' jazz concert in the episode Tune of Danger.
Right? Gosh.
And a model of Fireball XL5 itself in Barry's bedroom in the episode A Christmas to Remember, which we'll all be watching next month as we get into the Christmas spirit. Now, Barry, as with many of the child characters in the Supermarination series, was
Joe 90.
Quite annoying, yes. But it turns out that he was quite the fan of black and white Supermarination productions, because not only did he have a little model of Fireball XL5, but he was also wearing a pair of supercar pyjamas.
Now, well, I mean, you mentioned last week you wanted ideas from listeners about what you could perhaps produce next year in terms of Gerry Anson merchandise. There's a pair of supercar pyjamas.
What a fantastic idea. I can imagine those flying off the shelves and into the incinerator when nobody buys them.
Oh, right, fair enough. Just a thought.
Well, there have been numerous products like that, Captain Scarlet, Stingray, and Thunderbird's pyjamas and duvet covers and all that sort of stuff. Curtains, wallpaper. In fact, I'm pretty sure in Atomic Burgers, I'm hungry now, in Oxford, in the gents' loos, they've got Thunderbird's wallpaper, I think.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, we're crossing into the real world now, but there are instances of kind of in-universe nods to things like that. So, Podsterons, have you spotted any Anderson shows being mentioned inside another, be it directly or indirectly?
Oh, I like
things that prove the TV Century 21 comic link, perhaps.
Now, I've got a little story about that myself. You may remember, JB, I adapted one of your dad's sitcom scripts, The Fat of the Land, into a play.
Yes.
Which I went to see a production of last year.
I remember.
And as a little nod to Gerry, they had a little model of Thunderbird 2 as part of the set.
Oh, that's
rather
lovely.
Nice. So there's one. There's a production within a production. It's quite sweet.
That's what we like. And in fact, I can tell you on a recent script that we'd submitted to a distributor, we have a similar little micro nod. I can't tell you what it is because it'll give away the context. But yeah, it's nice to have those little things in there, isn't it? Just every now and again.